romance anime is not really giving us what we want in terms of a romance actually being fulfilled.
And typically the reason that romance animes are the way that they are is because the writer leaves us on a cliffhanger and don't actually have us watch how their love progress or their relationship progress as a whole. Like we could watch an entire 12 episode series and not see them kiss one time or not see them hold hands one time until like the very end of the series. Heck, in some anime series, they don't even say that they love their love interest until like the very end of the series. Or the very worst trope of them all in regards to romance animes is when it's an unrequited love, aka when the two main characters that have a love interest towards each other, but they either don't have enough time with each other, like for instance, someone dies before they know what the other person feels about them romantically, or they move away very far and hold their feelings in, and then that's the end of the series. Leaving fans typically saying, like, what was the point of me wasting my time with this 12 episode series? Let me know down in the comment section if y'all agree with what I said. But to continue on about the different tropes in romance animes, the new trend in romance animes now is like on a psychological aspect, where it's kind of similar to like how Death Note is, where it's like a little cat and mouse game to see who can get the other person to confess their love first. But please do not get me wrong, there are very few anime out there where the couple gets together almost immediately and the characters get fleshed out thoroughly and we can see their romance blossom into something further than other previous romance anime. Because we all know that people are absolutely exhausted and tired of anime tropes that execution are absolutely poor, such as one-sided love. Like for instance, where one person is absolutely madly in love with one character, but the other character acts like they don't care whatsoever. And in all honesty, be acting like they wish that the other person didn't exist. But when that person gets over them and then finds a completely new love interest that wants to show affection back, that's when the other character suddenly gets jealous and tries to ruin the other person's relationship. Does it happen in real life? Yes. But we don't want to see it as the main plot point of the series. That will make it annoying. And also in some romance animes, or typical animes that have some elements of romance in the series whatsoever, they will have a trope that's a incredibly very thin line. It could be good, it could be bad. There's literally no middle ground. Whereas the enemies to lovers trope, typically where it's always always, it's probably 90% of this dynamic most of the times. Where it's the girl and then there's the guy that's either bad, a criminal, probably mass murderer, whatever. She'll look at him and say, I can fix him. And then by anime magic, she somehow fixes this dude into a tame, submissive, perfect husband guy, whatever. And then that's where that thin line comes in, because based off of that right there, it could make complete sense or it could just be complete anime magic bullcrap. Like for instance, Bulma and Vegeta, it makes complete sense because we could hear Vegeta's thoughts and what makes sense and how it led up to that. Or they do the cliche trope where they say, if you touch her, you're dead. But real quick, and I do mean real quick, we will talk about romance anime's bread and butter. And I mean like borderline the foundation and blueprint, which is the first love trope, which typically correlates with the love at first sight. Now, I'm not saying that's bad or anything of that nature whatsoever, but also at the same time, it's not very, super appealing. Like it's very basic. It's like vanilla. It's like, okay, that's a standard. That's the template of what we've got, planning in the future. But at the same time, my main issue with this first love trope is that it drags on for way too long, especially in romance animes. Y'all know which ones I'm talking about. Like, for instance, the girl or guy is very interested in each other in the very beginning of the series. And then it drags on and on and on until they finally, and I mean finally, get the courage to confess their love for each other or hold hands or kiss. And that's at the very end of the series. Which, by that definition alone, I describe so many different romance anime. But what makes those romance anime actually watchable and appealing is what happens in between them dragging the first love trope out. Older romance anime used to always fall under the same typical trope, which was forbidden love. And the worst part about this trope is it's typically like a slippery slope where it usually never ends up good. And I don't mean the show itself not being good, I'm talking about the dynamic of the lovers when you take a step back and look at it. Like for instance, the young girl falling in love with a 1,000-year-old demon trope, or the grown man falling in love with a girl that just got out of high school. And please believe me, those are literal tropes in anime, which is insane. Like in all honesty, I love Inuyasha. But I want you to really take a moment and think for a second. Inuyasha is over 200 years old. No, literally, like look it up. Kagome, his love interest, starts the series out at 15 years old. And Vampire Knight, for those of y'all that watch the series, I'm not going to give no spoilers, but y'all know why this should be up here, because that is disgustingly forbidden. And to be honest, it's sick. Those quote-unquote forbidden love romance anime are always, and I do mean always, are a slippery slope. And I'm just speaking facts about that.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more anime content. And definitely comment because I literally read every single comment. And I definitely want to hear people's feedback and what their thoughts is in regards to my opinion on any of this.